Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello. And it's just time to tell you guys more about what's been going on a little bit. And I've been trying to work through a lot of what I've been feeling inside, and I think maybe it'll just mean a lot more if everyone's on the same page about where all of this art is coming from, especially I'm ideally trying to release soon a new project where I have been chronicling a little bit more of my journey, and we'll see more about how that goes. This is just like a regular update video then, not anything to learn. There's no philosophy here. This is just going to be honest cat time. As I'm going through a breakup right now. It's been, I think, just a little over 1 week fresh. I think. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. A little awkward. Still living with your boyfriend, who you moved 2,000 miles to be with, your ex. Um, and we're on still good terms. It's an awkward living situation. If it felt dangerous to be here, I would be able to move early, but there are plans right now for me to move out in a couple of weeks' time. So that'll be okay. I think the distance will help heal things clearly and obviously, I suppose. But that is some of what's been going on lately. I wanted just to come out and say it for a couple of reasons, because I have always had a hard time opening up to specific individuals. And when I do, if I don't receive as much heart as I put into anything, then I feel slighted. The only issue is that I have so much heart that I don't think anyone can ever put anything into what they do as I do put into what I do, which is selfish, I'm sure, very grand thinking. But if I'm not careful, then I just feel always slighted, and that's not great. The other thing is, I don't really even have people to open up to, I don't think. Because I usually do keep myself pretty closed off, and none of my real world friends know spec or what I've been up to, really. I think one of them watches, some of them watch my videos some of the time, but that's pretty much it. So, talking with anyone from back home, any of my friends, about what's been going on doesn't really hit, and then they don't know virtual reality. So, the relationship that began virtually and some of the pain that goes into all of that is unique and hard for me to share. And then, as far as the friends I have made in the past 2 years in the virtual space, and then also as Phineas Former, that's got challenges. Some of that's the inverse, is where they don't know me in the real world, so then trying to open up only does a little bit. But within any of this, I still have to open up to individuals, and that's just, there's something there that I've never been able to get. Something else is that Phineas is just a pretty strong boy, although I kind of think for now, the black hair, the white collar, and all that, um, I've been able to stay busy. I'm resilient, is what I'm trying to say. And the issue with resilience is I'm able to say in absolute full honesty that I'm working through some of my issues that, oh, goodness gracious, being constructive, throwing into my art to get through the days, whatever it is that I say and is true of me. But if I'm not careful and I only demonstrate moments of strength, then it feels like I'm doing things on my own and people don't see that I have been struggling, which then feels really isolating. And I feel isolated anyway, although it was fun. Some friends were hanging out while I was working, because I was, of course, trying to work through my issues. But it got to be too much today, too much today. And there's so much jealousy involved. I had to unfriend Spec because it was just hard seeing him in the contacts list while we are freshly broken up. Because then I'm always like, is he in a world? Is he in private? Is he cuddling other boys? Which he has been doing, which is fine. That's fine. And he just runs with a different social group than I do. They're into different things than I am, and able to bond over different things than I can. So I don't reach out. I just don't reach out. And that's a losing game because it doesn't feel good reaching out and asking someone, hey, do you want to hang out and spend time together? But then if you don't reach out, then they don't know that you're going to want to spend time together. But where we shared some friends, it's hard not to feel like you've lost some of those connections too. And I just feel alone because I'm not close enough to my internet friends to lean on them with correct consciousness, and I don't know anyone in the state that I moved to, and then any of my old friends I haven't kept up in contact with either, and then they live states and states away. And I'd been telling myself that I'm staying busy working through what I have going on. But I feel like just being honest with where I'm at is important for that. I reach this space by being open on YouTube because I can do that. I can do that. I'm in my play space. I'm very safe in my play space. And I can talk about anything to anyone who's there to receive it. Old school. Old school, just like old times. And where I'm grappling with something way bigger than me. Way bigger than me. I don't have to do that on my own. I am doing it on my own, and I do have to do it on my own because I don't know if anyone even can join me on this journey because I'm such an emotional boy. I don't know, man. I think I got no clue. But I can make videos and be open and honest about what it is that I'm going through. So I guess here's a shot at that. Because I can't think about what my ex is up to, who he's spending time with. That just drives me actually crazy. But like I've been saying, only staying really busy. The second that I'm done being busy or editing something or I'm done, I set up an avatar toggle. And when I was ready to take a break, it all flooded back in. As that's how brains work, I guess. And I am quite well on the whole. I definitely want to say I'm working on a project. Like I've been saying, because I've been working through all of this and I've been recording a lot of it. That's going to be releasing soon. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, like a few videos from now, probably. And that's going to mean more, I think, if we all know more of the background of where that video series is going to be coming from. And also where the last couple of videos on this main channel have come from. And it comes from a boy trying to do his best. But in that video series, I get emotional some of the time, but most of the time I have a more positive outlook on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish to work through things. But I needed to make sure that I said in at least one place, one space, precisely exactly, that I'm doing well often, and in between the times I'm doing well, I am decidedly not doing well. As I lost one of my very best friends. And right now it just sounds kind of nice to go inside and hang out with them. But, that doesn't really work for a couple of different reasons. And every now and then you're just kind of in that unfortunate place. I get a little emotional, please forgive me. But you run into that space where nothing really sounds very good. I don't feel like playing a game because that just passes time, which is fine. But I don't want to only pass time. I want life to be different than it is right now. So I really want to make changes, and the big change I know I can make is video work and making more videos, because you would like to think that that's a change that I can affect. As whenever I move out to whatever it is, the part of life that comes next, aside from, being here and saving up a little bit more money from my job before I do move out back to my folks for now, the other thing that I can do to show for the time that I spent here is, my video things and channels that are a little bit more established. And I broke the barrier that I had making videos about Resonite. I was able to make a few, and I have a few more ideas on the way. And that was a very important barrier to break through. I'm glad that I did that. And then this video and the videos on this channel too, trying to get back into YouTube endeavors. So at the very least, when I leave, I have more than when I came here. I lost a lot, but so long as I do feel like I gained a little bit more too. I think the reason I'm making this video is, um, it doesn't feel very good doing all of this video work and not having it spoken what it's about, what it's for, like what the emotional stakes are in it. Because it's keeping me sane in a whole bunch of ways. But at the moment, it's also really unrewarding. I'm just staying busy. And the amount of heart that I put into any one of these videos that I've been making the past couple weeks, it's just important that I think people know that all of my heart's been going in it because I just have a broken heart right now. And when I'm trying to smile in any one of these videos, that's just me trying to smile. But I think a video where just I wasn't smiling, I felt like that was really important too because it's important to express all of myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel like I was expressed and I feel like I wasn't seen. And then that's when I end up being done being busy, and then I just start standing in position, and I was like, "What am I doing? What am I what am I doing here?" A pretty dark place to be. And with this comes other changes that I'm trying to make because I want to be different than I am now. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I know what trying to achieve some of it looks like, and I've been working on that, and you guys will be seeing more soon. But those are the stakes that are involved, and that's the background of what I have going on right now. And, I will be fine. I'm a tough potato. I've been through worse, etc. But yeah, I needed to make sure that I said that because I would hate for anyone to think that I'm doing well when I can be well from time to time, and all of the other times I am not. I do hope you guys like. Um, I'll tell you more about the other video series soon. I want to launch it at the end of December, at the beginning of December, if all goes according to plan. Um, and that has been keeping me going, so I'm going to go work on that a little bit more. Those videos are a little bit more the style of this video. Usually just like tinted a little bit more positive outlooky because I've been trying to keep a positive outlook. Otherwise, I will go absolutely insane. I just couldn't keep that up forever. Goodness gracious. In particular, today the jealousy was eating me alive. I just all sorts of just thinking in my head, baby, because that's all that I do. And I thought I would think out loud this time because I always used to, and I thought it'd be fun to do again. So that's it for this video. Somber, little update, little emotional for us, and more details, I don't know, pending as I go through this life experience. I will let everyone else know how it goes too, because I liked being open emotionally. It's where this channel began, and it's what this channel's going to. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But that's me. And I will just, I don't know, I'll talk with you guys later.